What's going on, guys? It's Joe from Petty Fixes and welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to start this off with a preface because I want you guys to understand why I'm bringing you this particular video. I've always been interested in computers, and the thing that struck me the most about people's custom computers is their custom loop systems. There's all different kinds of components and all different kinds of bends and different kinds of colors of liquids and fittings and everything that just it intrigues me. I love it. And I reached out to the folks at Enermax, and they actually offered me a review sample of the NeoChanger RGB Reservoir Pump combo, and I really wanted to check it out because I want to get into custom looping, and it's something that I've always wanted to try out because I like the RGB craze that's going on right now, and not too many reservoir pump combos, if any, offer a complete RGB solution for what you want to bring to your table when it comes to custom cooling your computer and the design and the theme of your computer. So this thing has a lot of features in it, and I'm pretty excited to check it out. So I've been having it for a few days. I've put it through its paces, I've hooked it up and everything, and I must say I'm pretty impressed by it. So with that said, guys, let's go ahead and jump into this. Let's check out all the features, the design, the build quality, the package everything comes with, and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let's check it out. Okay, so starting off, this is one of the reservoir pump combos I've had my eyes on for quite some time. Ever since I've been watching videos of custom water cooling loops and custom builds, I've always wanted to see a reservoir with LEDs done the proper way. It's a PC water cooling component with proper RGB LED lights embedded into the base of the reservoir. The lights go into a range of different colors, all of which are controlled by the included remote control or by your motherboard's RGB header and the appropriate software, but more on those features in a minute. Unboxing the unit, inside you'll find the instruction manual or the installation manual, which is very detailed by the way. Also, you'll find a box of accessories, and I'll go over those in a second. There's a remote control that controls all the functions of the pumps and the res. And finally, there's a pump res combo itself. Everything came very neatly packaged. The packaging itself is pretty robust, assuring that it arrives in working order, no broken parts. Now, this being the first time I've actually ever held a pump or a reservoir for that matter, I was taken back by how big and how heavy it was. It's got some nice weight to it, indicating that it's built very well. Let's take a detailed look at the reservoir. Now let's talk specs for the technically inclined. It's a 300mm version that I was given, so it's the one that's in the middle of the lineup, which includes a 200 and a 400mm version. It's 245.3mm or 9.65 inches tall with the base attached for vertical orientation, or is 229.2mm or 9.02 inches tall without the base attached, so make sure there's room in your case for the proper orientation that you want. It's made out of PPS, aluminum, and PMMA. The max head delivery is 5.2, while the max flow rate is 900 liters per hour. Input voltage is 12 volts, which is delivered through a SATA connection. Pump speeds range from 1500 RPM to 4000 RPM, with 150 RPM steps controllable via the remote. It does take G1/4 screw threads. Looking at it externally, the unit is very well built. It has a matte black finish for the pump and the top. There's the Enermax logo in silver at the front, and there's a unique digital readout that tells you the pump speed, a very welcome inclusion. Moving to the top, there's a top cap. Now this is a very premium built cap. Now it's just a cap, and I know I'm making a big deal about a cap, but it makes you feel like it's secure and it's not going to go anywhere. It's made of metal and it's got a machine chrome beveled edge all around it. It's got two black G1/4 screws at the top. One is a fill port and the other is the end return port. Inside the cap there's a return tube and the gasket. The tube itself is removable, but it simply screws back into place in either one of the ports. Moving around back, there's the out port, which comes covered in a black G1/4 screw also. Talking about accessories, it comes with a few welcome additions that many competitors will not include. There's a horizontal clip for mounting it horizontally, the horizontal bracket itself, which replaces the vertical bracket for mounting horizontally. There's bracket pads and a clip pad for absorbing vibrations. There's a 24-pin jumper adapter, which is a very welcome addition because not many manufacturers will include this, and you have to purchase it separately. There's a wrench for loosening and tightening, and then there's the remote. Now let's take a look at the remote a bit because this is a basic remote, but it's fully featured for controlling all the functions of your unit. The remote comes with a sleeve on it that has magnets on the back of it so you can attach it to your case or any metal surface. You can control the brightness of the LEDs and the lighting speeds. You have all the static colors, which are red, green, blue, white, magenta, pink, orange, yellow, and purple. You have the different modes, which are sparkle, flash, auto, and store, which I'll go over in a later section. And you have the pump speed controls. Finally, you have the instruction manual. It's a very detailed manual, which just shows you the ins and outs of the units, along with all the accessories that come with it, how to install them, and it tells you a little bit about the RGB functions, and finally all of the appropriate warranty info. Now, let's go ahead and set this up for a quick demonstration so we can get over the features. So I hooked it up in a simple loop just to go over the features, because I do plan on doing a complete closed loop cooling system in my next build in the near future, featuring the NeoChanger. But first let's talk about the pump. It has speeds ranging from 1500 RPM all the way up to 4000 RPM, and you can incrementally adjust the speed in 150 RPM steps. It's a very quiet pump. Enermax has done an amazing job of keeping the pump speed to noise ratio down. Even at its max at 4000 RPMs, it's incredibly quiet, almost inaudible over your typical case fan noise. Now let's talk about the RGB functionality, the most exciting part out of this whole entire thing. There's 4 modes, 5 if you include just the static color mode. There's a flash mode where it just flashes in the color that you pre-selected. There's a sparkle mode, which is really just a breathing mode of the color that you pre-selected. There's an auto mode, which is a breathing, cycling effect of all the colors. And then there's store, which allows you to store a pre-selected configuration of your choosing. Okay, so with the main part out of the way, let's talk about some of the pros and some of the cons. So I think the overall thing you can take away from this is that it is a very attractive piece of equipment. The unit is very well made, is very, very well thought out with the RGB lighting and everything. And I love the build quality. It's very, very solid and very sturdy. So pro number one would have to be the build quality. It's sturdy, and for me picking up a pump and a reservoir for the first time, it was kind of a shock for me to feel something so heavy and well built. So that's plus number one. Pro number two would have to be the effects and all the customization that you can do with this pump. I love the fact that it has a digital readout where you can tell the pump speed and everything. And I also love the fact that the ring, the LED ring, is actually frosted. There's a frosted ring around it. So it gives off this soft glow instead of this really harsh, bright light that's just all up in your face. And number three, the other thing I like about it, which is the main thing, will have to be the fact that you can connect this pump to the RGB header on your motherboard. It's cool because you can actually control the effects of the pump itself, the lighting effects of the pump itself, the pump reservoir itself, with your software from your motherboard. So whatever lighting effects you want to do, feel free to do it. You know, Enermax thankfully included that functionality. A lot of other manufacturers do not have that at all. It's just a simple LED light, and it's only in one color, like blue, red, green, white, whatever color you may have you. So Enermax was definitely thoughtful and definitely thinking about the customer and the consumer when developing this product. Okay, so with every good thing comes a bad thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about a con or two that I've found so far, and they're pretty glaring issues to me. The first con would be with the remote control. Without the remote control, the pump is essentially a one thing only. Like you can only do one thing, and that's just circulate water and light up. It's going to be stuck on the same color. You know, if you decide to use the remote control with the pump instead of your RGB header on your motherboard, it's going to be stuck on the same color. And also, you can't control the fan speed or the pump speed on the pump because there's no 4-pin header that can connect to the motherboard. Everything's powered via SATA. So it's a 12-volt SATA connection, and everything powered via that. So if it's set on 1500, you're stuck on 1500 if you lose your remote control, and it is what it is. So that's one thing right there. Alright, so con number two may be the fact that the thing is actually a pretty large pump reservoir combo. I've never held one, like I said before, so I can't compare it to any other pump or pump res combo or just the reservoir itself, you know. But in my case, my Anideas, I've been saying that wrong apparently, but my Anideas AI Crystal Cube actually has a pump mount, to where you can mount the pump, you know, in a vertical orientation. Well, it won't fit because my graphics card overhangs it. That's I think it's just a case design issue, but you know, also my case is actually kind of small, so where I want to mount my pump at, my pump res at, it'll actually get in front of the grommets for the motherboard connections. So it's a little off-putting, you know, but I think it's just a case design. But you also got to take into account that you need to make sure that your case will support the proper size pump res mount that you want if you're considering this product. But with that being said, y'all, I hope you guys like what I brought for you today. If you guys like what I do, drop me a like and a comment in the comment section down below, and click the little bell for notifications to let you know when I upload new videos and everything. So if you like everything, subscribe. And this is Joe from Petty Fixes. Stay petty, y'all.